without permission. But St. Louis didn't have a promotion so much. They would bring stars in from all over, and they'd do TV at the Chase.
At the Chase,
Hotel
yeah.
or something.
Wrestling at the Chase. It was a big show, yeah.
They do that. But then at what was then the Kiel Auditorium, I don't know what they call it now, but then they would have these big shows like once a month and bring in guys from Dallas. The Von Erichs would come in. They'd bring guys in from Charlotte. Flair would be there. Dusty would come from Florida or Charlotte, wherever he was. Rick Martel and obviously Greg Gagne, Kurt Hennig, guys on top in the AWA would come. So, it was really cool. It was the only place that was really doing that at that time. The territories were cooperating, which is really hard for a bunch of egocentric promoters to do.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that, Scott, is because like Kansas City and St. Louis are pretty close to each other.
No, it's about a 300-mile drive.
Is it? It just seemed like it just seemed like they were, but still, like that's pretty close for a territory. For two territories.
No, but we never ran it as our promotion out of Kansas City because we were running little high school gyms and stuff and drawing 50 people. We didn't have any stars. We had Rufus R. Jones when he was in his 50s.
Yeah, and Mike George. Did you have Mike George?
We had Mike George, but he only worked part-time.
Yeah. Huh.
And Roger Kirby.
Yeah, Roger Kirby, yeah.
Who at one time had the world leg press record.
Really?
Just a side note. Track it.
So what? Hey.
I always like to drop a little knowledge on the fans.
Go ahead.
We're talking about Raw 25, and you were talking about Kurt Hennig earlier, and you and Sean have talked a lot about the ribs he does. Can you remember any ribs that happened at Raw that really stick out in your mind?
Well, it happened wherever Kurt was. See, then Kurt got into a position where later on what he would do is he'd have his minions. He'd get young guys.
Like me.
And I learned that from Kurt. Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
Kurt always told me I would always see him talking to the young guys. And when we did TV at the Showboat in Vegas, the casino would pay us $50. We got paid by the office, but the casino would give us $50 just so you'd go gamble. But what I saw Kurt do a lot of times is he'd endorse it and give it to the job guys if they made us look particularly good.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And he would always spend time and talk with the guys. Kurt always took a hip toss. If you watch every job match Kurt had, he always let the guy reverse the hip toss. Every match he took a bump for the job guy. But he would go talk to these guys and stuff like that, and I'd be thinking, wow, like what a kind guy. But then I'd see the real Kurt, and he'd come back